currently managed to settle themselves in first. The first team to break the 3-digit mark as well and hit the century here in the finals.
Okay, let's go guys. अंतिम 2 मैच बाय द वे बचे हुए हैं। कि पहला मैच बाय द वे दोनों मैच बाय द वे म्यांमार के हैं। जी हां, म्यांमार में गया बाय द वे।
Couple of our big names already inside the zone there. 4-5s are
दोनों मैच बाय द वे म्यांमार के हैं guys. Let's go.
Not too far away. S2G making their rotate down from truck stop.
क्या इंडियन टीम कुछ कर सकती है, बस आपस में फाइट ना करे यार।
नहीं
नहीं, बस आपस में फाइट ना करे।
Of course, for those of you at home that want to get your hands on some lovely bits of kit inside of the game, so make sure you're participating in that.
Okay, Godlike यहाँ पे है।
Take a look at it then.
किल तो अब निकालने पड़ेंगे। इंडियन टीम को टॉप 5 में जाने के लिए किल तो निकालने पड़ेंगे। Okay, और आगे एक प्लेयर डाउन हुआ।
Knows he's nowhere near the rest of his team, isn't going to bother them. So
किल निकालने पड़ेंगे भाई। कोई उपाय नहीं है।
Almost immediately. Again, weird entry point for a lot of squads where they want to get in towards the circle as soon as possible. S2G.
ये है ना लाइव वगैरह कुछ दिक्कत नहीं है ना? आवाज वगैरह सही आ रही है मेरे ख्याल से।
Early on,
let's go.
They fly down from the eastern side of the map.
Last 2 match.
Swinging past Impala right now, might look for some of the high grounds that sit towards the southern portion of this one. I think the Galaxy a slower start though, over towards Old Pot, so they're going to hang out here for a little while longer. Ralph on screen with us at the moment, doing a good job IGLing. Making some quick decisions here and there. I do genuinely think it helps having. I think as much as we talk about Coops, I think we do need to shift the perspective a little bit to Lord. I think Lord has been such a consistent player on that team. We've given a lot of love to Coops so far, but I think Lord is able to excel because he has another strong fragger on the team. Now, I think Satan as well as Ralph are both very good players, but they're not your front line, right? And if Lord was always playing that front line, he was very good with it, he needed someone to play off the back of, and I think he works phenomenally well with Coops right now. So a big shout out to Lord this game. Hopefully they can continue that pressure. Milu back in, actually.
Okay, Tian और S2G के बीच में फाइट हुआ है by the way. अंतिम 2 मैच है by the way, फाइट बहुत भयंकर होने वाली है.
Losing Milu right off the back there. Very sad stuff to see. I think Tiamba was not expecting this. S2G sort of making a Tiamba play versus them themselves.
Yeah, giving a taste of their own medicine there. That's unfortunate, the return of the king, but only for a few brief minutes on this one. We'll see if he comes back for another Miramar outing. Absolutely beasting in the event overall, but S2G stealing some of that energy and starting it out with a nice ceiling to send the rest of Tiamba scarpering, as they know they don't want to stick around and sacrifice anything more on this one. 3-man squad lives on to see if they can steal some points away on the long con.
For Tiamba, still 7 more matches to go, and like you said, they've been having a great run at the start of it. They had a lovely pushing over towards the finals itself. They looked fantastic. Now sitting over towards the middle side of the tables. Haven't really able to put up many points after that. But they still have a whole additional day, and that can change a lot of things. Remember, you just need to get past that smash ruling point system and then hit the chicken dinner. So they just need to get themselves in range. That's it. They've got 1 more game to do it. They've got this game here to try and get some consistent points on board. Like you say, the return of the king was very short here, but next game, potentially some royal decrees being thrown out here and there.
Yeah, take the opportunity to sharpen the steel once more, and then come back out swinging. Potentially, that's got to be the play for some of these teams as well, because you touch on the fact, obviously, you're trying to set that barrier, that scoreline to beat effectively going into tomorrow. Stopping some of these top teams dead in their tracks, seeing if you could stop them from bloating it to a very large scoreline. It's a risk versus reward that you've got to weigh up in some of these situations for teams that are looking to still climb, but don't want it to be too tall of a task to reach it going into tomorrow if you want to lap our top teams with that smash rule being in effect. OG on the move here, Ida just off in the distance.
Yeah, pretty big funnel, this portion of the map, around La Bandita. Through some of the dead ground, sits around here as well, to the north side of Los Leones, staging upwards towards some of those buildings. Ulf's already met that quota right now. They're a little bit further towards the center of the map. Ulf looking for another good game. They were in second place for a little while, but then swiftly fell out of it, and Ulf's looking to get some more points on board. Again, for them, a good game would pretty much settle themselves up towards the top 3. They just don't really want to get trapped by that second place curse. You know, it's very much the Alpha 7 of old. Flash loses 1 on the knock and will be immediately flushed there by S Power. It's from Godlike on the south side. Vitality having a little bit of a look in towards S2G and Puerto Paraíso, actually. They've got a 2-2 split going on, fairly dangerous.
Zypher up on the roof. Nade in his hand as he starts to make a move over the top side and see if he can get that one down on
Okay, 2
target.
kills by the way, Godlike ने
Four
निकाल
Frides
लिए भाई.
collapsing
Let's go.
in early. Jiggle knocked. Sleepy arcing a nade back over as well. Going to cook that one. If they came running over now, could be very detrimental. They can tuck into the stairs as well. Get a safe recovery on the go here, so Jiggle can still be in play.
Ooh, Falak though putting on the pressure, and again with the flashbacks towards yesterday. 4th Rise up against Aura. No Fear able to clutch it out towards the end. IQ though finds Sky, and No Fear is nowhere nearby. Starting to fly on in, but I think it might be too little too late here. T24 did hit the floor. For the rest of 4th Rise holding on fairly decently. A tanky though from the sidelines on OG. Literally as soon as T24 got picked up, hit the deck straight again.
Floating around just on the periphery. The Vultures circling these 2 teams right now. Ooh, up close inside of the compound though, it's Sleepy that looks to clothesline them in the close quarters combat. Few shots fired over, good assist from No Fear with the SMG as Falak gets lit up. They go in from both sides, the stereo piece.
Nice.
It's a brilliant clear. Oh, punishing 4 Frides 1 by 1.
भाई 40 के हाथ
You
खराब
can't
है
believe
तो
it for 4th Rise. It's almost
OG
a
भी वहाँ पे आ गई है by the way. इंडियन टीम को तो फाइट लेनी है.
Deja vu
OG यहाँ पे आ गई है फाइट लेने के लिए by the way.
to the plate, but OG they come in to pick up the pieces.
वो nice. अरे वहीं पे बदले थे.
No Fear taking some shots once again, but
Oh.
Sleepy is out, and OG with a fantastic third party.
Aura eliminate हो गई है.
Oh dear me, for 4th Rise.
थर्ड पार्टी OG ने किया है चलो.
Aura experience continues.
Yeah, those weren't scare actors, Blank.
2 बंदे रिवाइव भी हो गए.
With
Let's
real
go.
weaponry on that one.
The worst event I'd ever
भाई
been.
अरीना की टीम गजब ही खेली है भाई. पूरे फाइनल में कल से लेकर अभी तक गजब खेली है.
Cut through them.
अरीना की टीम गजब खेली है कल से लेकर अभी तक भाई.
But hey, you're not going back together. They steal those points, keep on dreaming through this one before Thrives and Aura out early on our opener of Miramar today.
Checking with some other teams though. Aurora very slow to the circle itself. They're coming from that western side past Chumacera. Likely will hit a traffic jam though with the boundaries in place. A lot of teams trying to sidle their way through the northwest edge of Los Leones down towards the southeast. But we are hitting those rocky outcrops where we slope down towards the eastern side, leaving Vitality and S2G on a little bit of an island of themselves.
अरोरा के 100 पॉइंट हो चुके हैं भाई. अरीना के 94, S2G के 94 है भाई. जबकि अरीना का एलिमिनेशन भाई 68 है. S2G प्लेसमेंट पॉइंट बहुत निकाली है.
Fourth one on the cards potentially.
इसके वजह से 94 पॉइंट है.
Hey man, goes over towards them, already set up down towards the coast there. A lot of
सबसे ज्यादा
water
एलिमिनेशन
playing
अरीना
once
की
again.
ही है मतलब.
These circles have been so spicy time and time again, forcing some quick thinking out of our squads.
For S2G though, I mean, as an org, it would be an incredible achievement, right? To come off the back of winning one international previously in the past, and to rebuild and do it again, that is a great marker of success for S2G. So we'll just have to wait and see for the time being. For them, they're down towards that east side. Very limited information of what's happening over towards the west here, as it does slope upwards. You're not really seeing all of the information, all of the intricate details on that side, so they're going to play it safe for the time being. Tiamba did get a central position though, but they are playing as three. Milu going down earlier on. Coops finds Schweppes, good shots. Does not miss those often.
Ooh, a couple claps back over. Off-angle peek there, getting a few on target. You can see it's a wide spread with the setup from Nigma Galaxy. This off-angle could be so dastardly. He's got his eyes on target. Mormon just trying to stay alive, digging his heels in towards the cliff face. Ralph looking to get those final confirmations off. Tony K low on health as well. 2 smokes dropped. Tucking in while Schweppes is finally confirmed. That was the knock we saw from Coops earlier into this one. Joker does fight back. They know about the angle from Ralph, but you are so pinned in, so many positions to be aware of, and they can take shots from all sides.
This is the only problem with sometimes Ralph's flex outs, is that he really does just bait his teammates sometimes. It has worked out quite a bit today, but this is the problem that arises. Lord does go down for it. I think in the straight fight, they might have done a lot better there having nades, because Ralph's also got all the nades. He's got 5. Like, those would have been lovely. He placed over towards this side, up against the players. Coops sends one in. It's a good amount of damage. Knocks one over towards Tony K. Luckily, Mormon was able to dash down the hillside. Avoid a lot of that shrapnel. Still took a hell of a beating.
Going on for a little while here as well, and starting to drain some of the more offensive utility that's being thrown out. Obviously, they're tucked in just on the rock face here with the map geometry, making it uncomfortable to fight with bullets. They have to nade onto it. I think that was the last nade for Coops, now thrown in. Satan is somewhat closing the gap, but he's being peppered back as well, and they now know.
Bro, Ralph, just come over. It's 2 players. Let's hit the 3v2 and just win this fight.
Oh, it's going on for so long. Finally, at least one more confirmation as we will see Tony K buckle. How on earth, though, if they'd just been given this free fight with no assist? Mate, this could end terribly for both squads at this rate.
I mean, Joker's still off in the distance there as well, and Ralph finally gets in the car. This has been a strange one. It's been a very strange one, and it almost feels like very reminiscent of Nigma Galaxy of old. A little bit too comfortable with these odd splits here and there, and Ralph goes down.
After that explosive opener, you thought they had him banged to rights, but E-Arena, one by one, have punished back against Nigma Galaxy, and with that last nade from Mormon hitting Coops, they thought it was all over. Well, it is now.
But E-Arena, they are very glad to have this guy on side. He is more than a man. He
और like by the way, अभी है guys. 4 player है चलो.
Still kicking strong there at the top of the
मुझे के भी 4 player है फिलहाल. बस आपस में मत बैठ जाना.
You'd hope lesson learned there for Nigma Galaxy.
You can't afford to be doing that. Not worked out for him whatsoever, mate. 2 indecisive.
Yeah,
split.
I mean, look, Satan is frustrated, and so he should be in that situation. What a... I don't even know what to say.
And for E-Arena, I mean, counting their blessings, they get away with that as a duo. 4 elims picked up, putting them on 98 points total right now, still alive in the game. If they can coast this one out long term, maybe there's still more to be said for them on a bit of a big score on this one. But they've made out with a brilliant heist. Got in there, made out like bandits.
The Watcher. Ralph.
Observing. Noticing.
I've noticed you in a 2v2 with my team.
Yeah, brutal way to go. Hey ho, is what it is. OG back on a move onto bigger and brighter things. Let's see what they can do.
OG और Furia के बीच में fight हुआ है. Furia के player down है.
Headed straight through, and the vehicle going to confirm him. Silence up close with a nade in his hands. Pin pulled, sweaty palms. Can he blow them away?
Furia के 2 player बचे हुए.
Get one off. Back onto A-Cop, living them
OG के भी 1 player फिलहाल down है अभी तो.
Zone going to be crunching back in onto Silence as well, and he's low on HP right now.
Okay, low HP by the way.
Over the shop.
He's worried. So he should be. Might just get the first aid kit off here. Pulls it off in time. A tanky though, going low, gets the heal. Silence is down and out.
Player by the way.
On board. Watching on as the team struggles up against the forces of OG. Either now looking down towards them, punishing. Only Ayala left for the squad to move forward. Vitality found themselves a decent position, and somehow Nongshim Red Force have been able to swing down towards the southern side of the map. But again, I feel where Tiamba's playing, completely workable from this spot.
Okay, center.
This is a good game. I think this is where they need a good game to stay in contention for the top side.
Yeah, if they want to be in that conversation, you've got to get the boots moving. As we gave you this establisher here with the map crunching in, we did see
elimination 6 point
Fury do go out with the on-watching from the coach, main man Knight. So OG get away with one player still in the contest here. See, Widgock's going to have to play a very, very slow game from this point as just a solo. Does cut away some of that effective close line early setup we saw from S2G. They're going to have to move over. This is why you were highlighting Ulf there. Very central. Tiamba, similar sort of story. And Aurora with just the duo.
Yeah.
That could try and get involved in the conversation as well.
And if we look over towards Ulf as well, when we pan past them, they're on some really nice high ground. Looking down on a lot of these teams, like it's a very, very good spot, not only to gather information from, but to springboard the rest of your game. It could be thrown a curveball and get a hard shift over towards the northwest side, or down towards the southeast, in which case you need to push down there. But yeah, I think for Ulf, they should have a good going forward. Flash still as a 4-man though, over towards that northern edge. Arena off towards that eastern side. Living actually, despite everything. They were stuck in the blue for quite a while.
You know what, man? Maybe there's a chance as well. We start to get some big booms coming out of the squad like Godlike. Man like S-Power, supply crate come down near them. He's a bit of a cheeky chappy. He's got that good energy about him. If they can get armed,
he does, yeah.
Potentially get a good bit of a shift on this one as well that favors them positionally. I think they'd be a team to show back up. This is the kind of environment they can certainly deal some damage.
Right, you don't have to shame them.
Does he make it this time?
No, it's just a shame, Cam. Okay,
all right,
cool.
Fair enough. God, you've been done.
Not a single thing gets past our observers.
No, all the shots on that one.
They notice.
But that's the thing about ladders, they can be a bit hard to climb.
They can be, they can be. Especially when they're off the ground level. But a good attempt. See if Flash makes it later on. We'll have a little peek back in there. Probably not now though. They've been embarrassed on the big screen. Nongshim Red Force looking over towards S2G. Important fight here for the eastern side. Trying to play off that edge. Kamikaze looks over the top immediately. Pulls off from that angle. Gives them space on this one. Lost on a real long back angle there. I do like where Lost is playing. He's done this a few times before where he's this really cheeky position. Luckily, Tizzy immediately notices him.
Thing is, this being a bit more of a downhill battle as well, STG just casting the nades towards them. It does give them a little bit more oomph on those bad boys, try to get them on target. At some point, both of them have got to move as well now, with his zone shifting over, and Hyunbin's gone for the more aggressive approach, zipping up towards the ridge line. He's got some cover to play off with this as well.
The crowbar.
Yeah, that's what he does.
Looking to get dug in over towards S2G. Prime apart. Ulf, Aaron actually finding shot over towards Darkin. That is a mega shot, by the way. Oh my goodness me, how far is that? Almost 400 meters on that bad boy. That's Aaron for you. MTG still wandering around on one nade there from So Easy. Tries to get a bit of damage done. Lost still in the back lines, but he's been effectively harassed. Vitality yet to move, and Nongshim Red Force just trying to dominate.
Okay,
the
Godlike के फिलहाल चारों player हैं, and OC भी जो एक player by the way. Placement point निकालने की कोशिश हो रही है चलो.
A huge amount of advantage playing forward, but we are just playing in tandem at the moment, slowly stepping up this hillside.
Yeah, climbing up bit by bit. For the Mafia, it looks like there's a little bit of posturing from Godlike back down towards this fight that's occurring in the Elim feed with Alula taking on Ida. So Godlike might try and siphon some points out from that one, whilst you do still have this elongated uphill battle between Nonshin and S2G. Ooh, the duo of Aurora as well, even getting a good distant connection off onto Godlike to at least knock one of the players. Alpha pushing a bit further down as well. They were debating going for it. Oh, but that's actually top, getting the knock onto Soulless.
Yeah, that's awkward there. Kamikaze though, E-Arena. It's Mormon once again at distance. M4 taking the shots in. Kamikaze immediately has to rebuff that position. Nongshim Red Force takes advantage of it. So easy peeking. Good shots from Joker, goodness me. Lucky to still have his hat on. Eren knocks over towards Razak. Eren has been hitting some nasty shots, by the way.
Yeah, he's been super slick with it. Great gun skill on display. From range as well, gets a little bit more awkward from some of these long-range fights, but doesn't bother him. He's been consistent.
Very important he gets that knock as well versus Vitality. Massively slows them down because Ulf had 2 players down, knocked. Now they do... I think they just lost 1 entirely. Yeah, they did. So they're down to 3 now. That's Soulless. No longer in with us. It's all from a really, really good position. I don't really know how they lost a player there. And it's hard to deny those sight lines in this area of the map. There's a lot of little defilades, random bits of environmental objects that are going to keep you alive. Skinny trees. Aurora's living it large. Honestly, has 2 players. I think that's what I'm most surprised by, but Top has been having a really, really good day today. I think he's currently topping the damage meters, well, hey, with Reefus playing alongside him up there.
Ooh, well, Zone moves in, still has actually a bit of favor towards Aurora with the position they were set up in, but this battle between Ulf and Vitality has been going on. Meanwhile, amongst it, S2G start to crash onto Tianba. The drum starting to beat. Just outside the doorway, shots into the back line. Heels being pulled out as QZZ tops himself back up. Hamzik's so low as well, you're going to be caught on a wrap. Wow, somehow gets past the door. Oh, mate. Bullets bouncing by him, giving him a short back and side with a haircut, but he's still alive. Nades into the long building.
Okay, OG eliminate हो गई कोई बात नहीं.
Almost went upstairs as the nade came
कोई
through.
बात नहीं क्योंकि 6 किलो OG ने निकाले हैं. Elimination point
Certainly making some
पता नहीं शायद
enemies
placement point नहीं
away at some of
मिलेगी.
the players around the map there, but for Tianba, they've got a love for this longhouse, and holding on to it is the name of the game. Sadly, no Milu here to make those 1v4s happen. Only 2 players from S2G, so not looking like another chicken dinner going forward. Desperate to take this longhouse off of them though and hold out all the teams coming in from the northeast. Molly goes down, forces Hamzy G into the homestead.
Yeah, they got the read though, they know the info. Heard the thunder footing of the footsteps as he plays close on the stairs. Meanwhile, Vitality continuing to put pressure onto Godlike, holding the back line. Ulf stealing away some of the points as well as Razy will get hit heavy. Razak down as well, calling for backup from Axel that's got about 1 point of health left. And that's non-shit.
Okay, Godlike के player इधर है, एक down हुआ है. But revive दिया जाएगा. पीछे एक गाड़ी है कोई.
Scary scenes for
कोई तो पीछे आई है गाड़ी.
Nades being cooked out from Scarface and dash back down onto non-shin Red Force. Still waiting, lying, prepared to strike for the S2G side, close towards Tiamba's compound.
Revive दे दिया गया है तो
4 different fights occurring here.
किल भी निकालने अभी अंतिम में प्लस प्लेसमेंट भी.
Over on the
एक बुइया चाहिए Godlike की तरफ से.
finish off the final player there from Vitality.
Top 5 में जाना है तो भाई
on Overwatch towards
52 पॉइंट है टॉप 5 के तुम देख लो.
Flash stepping up to the play. Unbeknownst to them, this is a 5-man team.
तो मुश्किल है
The
बट
building were lost. Hamzy G and
कुछ भी हो सकता है कभी भी.
underneath. Smoke start to bloom. Nongshim takes quite a lot of damage though as Godlike starts to push on through whilst Ulf maintains a little bit of help.
Flash just sprinting in, clear towards the top side of their area of the building. Meanwhile, A-King starts to respond back in kind onto S2G. QZZ with a smooth move and giving them the Texas two-step and dancing past the bullets. That's how S2G go down. More pressure could potentially be coming their way, though.
Has to play the outside now. Love that from A-King, though. Just decided to push up. Sadly, Wynn's already on the rooftop. Gets the good shots in. Will flush out the player. QZZ gets in the building with the S12K underneath. There's Eagle lurking as per usual. Gets the first aid kit off. Greeds for it. Zeus low. Bozy's down, and Tiamba is making the whole player left remaining.
Oh, 5 kill निकाल लिए godlike ने भी by the way. Let's go guys, let's go.
He tried to bait him back on the double step into the building. Thankfully for Flash, Wynn finds that one on the reply. He can't pull a fast one on him, but that's a quick way to go down for the last member of Aurora. They fall as well, and the numbers get fewer and fewer as we go down to our last 4 squads. Flash, Godlike, Ida, and Ulf remain. Ulf have been battling Godlike after Vitality were removed. This was the next squad they had to keep the intense action going with, and they've not had a moment of respite in a few minutes.
I mean, Godlike's playing a split right now. They've got Salme over on the western side, keeping tabs over towards Ida, trying not let them push, whilst Admino and S-Power essentially bully Ulf. Ketch is going to try and crawl over towards them as Wynn makes this swing.
Let's go.
Power and Admino just not giving up though. They're going to send in good shots from Aaron. Tries to take down Wynn quickly.
Okay.
In through the back lines.
क्या godlike कर सकती है guys? कर सकती है bro, कर सकती है. Let's go. Idea versus godlike हो जाएगा. Idea versus godlike. Guys, ये fine. ये मौका नहीं छोड़ना चाहिए. ये मौका है भाई. ये चिकन डिनर का मौका नहीं छोड़ना चाहिए.
A 3 versus 3, nades forward.
Okay, let's go.
Straight to the vehicle, opens up the boot, looks for more.
Let's go, guys. Let's go, by the way.
They thought they found the weakness. The isolated off-angle play from Salme. They run him down with the vehicles, but he blows away the first line of defense with a nade and leaves them in dire straits now. 2v3, trying to pull back while still fighting. Last bit of offensive utility thrown out by Salme. He's got to get his head down. Off-angle split.
Revive नहीं होना चाहिए. Revive नहीं होना चाहिए.
S-Power from range.
Revive नहीं होना चाहिए.
On target. Darkin waiting for the peak. Throws the nade over. Could be good to at least force S-Power back out into the open.
Good damage over towards S-Power there, like you say. Doesn't force him out.
No.
Holds his ground. Nade bounces off the rooftop, but Salme's not bothered. Darkin now swinging side to side, just about gets the
Revive नहीं होना चाहिए बस.
Before S-Power hits the shot. Now just Rita all alone. The rest of Godlike pushing down.
Let's go, guys. एक ही player idea का. Let's go. यार.
Like being fired up. The ferocious crowd.
Let's go, भाई. Let's go.
Chant after chant, screaming.
एक ही प्लेयर है वाला आईडी के दोनों पे. रिवाइव नहीं होने चाहिए. ओके, रश भाई 3 प्लेयर है. रेड करो या रश कर दो.
They are inches away from grabbing the chicken dinner. Salme with the elevated peak. They're looking for the shots. Rita gotta make the move. Peeks back up, fires the warnings over. That's one knocked as Rita looks to hold on. Can he somehow clutch this?
Oh.
No! Cut short in the final moment. As Godlike find it.
भाई finally एक chicken आया भाई. Let's go.
But he brought it back into full clear picture. Godlike grabbed themselves a chicken here.
Let's go.
Getting closer and closer to that meal, and it's here right at the end of the day.
चलो main time में Godlike back किए.
If you're fortunate enough to be here at EWC 26 for PMWC, you'll hear that organization's name echoing through the hall as the fans cheer on their squad. That chicken dinner locked in. A clutch play at the end denied, and Godlike securing the dinner to give themselves a fighting chance, setting their sights at climbing up the rankings.
चलो चांस है गाइस, चांस है के लिए भी आया है इस मैच में.
It's just been a case of slowly but surely understanding every different scenario, how they want to play it out. But they have, like I said, just inched ever closer towards that victory. It's a nice set of adaptations coming through from this team. It was clear at the start they had a little bit of a slow burn to them. But the fire's definitely starting to roar a little bit now here for Godlike, and a good ending over on Miramar on what was quite a difficult circle to play.
Yeah, played it to the best of their ability as well, right? So many back-to-back fights where they were just thrown into the blender.
Yeah.
And no one got any
just
time.
crept out every time.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing. Is like so many of those teams could have been in a position to
No,
get
no,
this
it's-
one going. But
yeah,
you just
I
couldn't
know,
have any
that's
respite.
true.
They were running low on ammo, using up all their meds.
अंतिम भी चिकन डिनर आ जाए तब मजा आ जाएगा भाई लोग.
Right in behind you.
क्या बोलते हो?
Intense, like sort of, you know, 5 to 7 minutes there of action.
क्या बोलते हो?
This S Power guy though.
Oh, he's giving it. He's bossing it.
He is giving it.
And they love him.
He is giving it. I mean, to be honest with you, I think I was more, as much as X Power is kind of ruling the lobby at the moment, it was cool to see Salme play that out. I think Salme has some really good off angles for the team, and he's a reliable player. It's quite rare to find that in a team where you can just rely on that one guy to do his job, picture perfect, and not go down in the meantime, because they were fighting two different fights at the same time.
Mate,
Yeah, well done.
That's the difference of it as well, right? That off-angle setup, when they crunched in with the vehicles, they've seen that as like, oh, this is a weaker knee. If we get that one pick here, we can actually try and steamroll and play off the back of this. The fact that he didn't panic, didn't overstep, cooks the nade, gets it off, and buys the team time to win that one. Incredible play from Salme. Big chicken dinner, but so much more to come. We'll see you in a sec.
Welcome back to PMWC at EWC 26. My name is the 7WG. I'm joined by Maxman and also Snoix, a professional player for PUBG Mobile Esports. Snoix, what are you doing here?
Oh, you know, I'm chilling around. I'm sitting at the booth of PUBG Mobile for the collaboration of Spider-Man and Naruto, and I'm enjoying the time with fun and watching the match.
Oh, he's going to play some Brain Rot Royale as well.
Yeah, it's definitely a very fun booth, but I want to ask you, you're watching the game, Snoix. Who is your team that you're predicting to be the champions here at this event?
At the start, I predicted E-Arena and Nigma, but the way Nigma and S2G playing right now are really amazing, and I guess it's going to be between one of these two.
If you had to pick one, I'm being complicated,
Yeah, come
sorry.
on now.
Nigma, because they are my ex-teammates.
Yeah, that's fair. You know what, Nigma Galaxy looking kind of good.
They are looking kind of good, especially with the numbers that they've been able to put up. What team has surprised you here in day two?
S2G, definitely.
Those back-to-backs?
Yeah, they 3 chicken today, no? 2? They play very well.
Yeah, very impressive. I do have a question for you, though, of course. Position here in this tournament, Hustler Crew, took it away from you. I want to know, can you make us any promises as to what you might deliver in the full season of this year?
We're going to give our best, and the goal going to be to reach all global final.
Hell yeah, love to see it. Let's go.
Okay, we'll be waiting for you at PMGO Season 2 in Pakistan and also PMGC in Turkey. Thank you so much for joining us. Snois, Maxman, 7WG. Back to PMWC at EWC 26.
Let's go, guys, let's go. एक मिनट रुकना. एक मिनट भाई लोग, एक मिनट. थोड़ा सा. Give me a little time. थोड़ा सा भाई लोग रुक जाओ. बस मैं ऑन कर ही दे रहा हूँ. ठीक है, थोड़ा सा भाई लोग रुक जाओ बस. मैं काम कर लेता हूँ. ठीक है.
Right here, the great gameplay from him, but you could kind of see the inexperience there towards
Let's
the
go.
end of the match. And that's one thing that I'm kind of happy
Chalo,
they're going
let's
through
go.
this and they're gaining
Ek
this
minute all
experience
diya,
because
kuch
next
down
time
ho.
they're going to be ready, they're going to be more prepared, and they will be able to just finish up that match a lot easier.
No, absolutely. They will be able to finish the next win they get because I doubt this is their last. They will be able to finish it off much better, just with a bigger bang. I totally agree. I think overall they did play that final fight very, very well. They held off when they needed to. They were aggressive when they needed to. They didn't go full aggro without enough information onto Ida because they didn't know where they were. Very, very well played. That's a mature style of gameplay, but they just did take it a little too far in those final moments. They almost got 1v3'd there because they didn't wait. They didn't push when they should have.
I mean, this third party, by the way, over to the eastern side, what a great push-up. The timing of Godlike was literally on point. There's no way Ulf can even fight back. They're just cornered. They were getting rid of one player of Flash just to make sure they get the extra elimination and placement point. And then Some hits that. Of course, it was not like a top-speed vehicle coming in his way, but still, Some, his utility is some of the best I've seen from this team so far. Of course, Rita, I was believing this might be the Ida win, but S-Power put down the hammer and make sure they got that chicken dinner.
Never doubting S-Power, especially with the way that he has been able to put up numbers. We're looking at the top damage dealer so far. Godlike up there, obviously, with that performance that they have. But we got to talk about some of the other players because Ida has continued on a strong performance here, bouncing back from those drops yesterday. And it's not just those drops that they stopped doing. They actually been fragging out. The team that has been able to put up good points, especially in this last match, has been Ulf Esports.
Yeah, the fight they had on the side of Tiamba at one point. They were getting a little bit involved on a third-party distance, a bit of a distance away, and then getting rid of Flash. Good stuff overall from Ulf. I feel like they're still not on the level I would be expecting from them, right? Because Ulf is a team that I know has the potential to be a global champion, right? We've seen it back, PMGC second place, PMGO Season 1 second place. They have that potential. They're not delivering on that initial promise, but Ulf is a team that I know they're going to be willing to iterate and make changes if needed. But yeah, right now, a bit shaky.
Bit shaky. Another team that has been shaky and has been very, very shaky is Furia. Because Furia LAs, they started off strong. But if we look at Furia's past 4 performances, it has been 0 eliminations, 0 eliminations, 0 eliminations, and 2 eliminations. Not what we were expecting here out of Furia.
What was that? Sorry, again, 7?
0 eliminations, 0 eliminations, 0 eliminations, and 2 eliminations.
Oh, they got back in the car, didn't they?
Yeah.
Oh, that's your fault. You gave them the license.
Yeah, I gave them
true.
license, but
SMH
revoking it
players.
for the second time. No, look, it just becomes this sort of point. Like, they are a team that, yes, capitalize on eliminations, but it does get to them on these longer stages, on these longer types of tournaments, because their play style is just getting completely shut down now that everyone is forcing and playing those placement points. So they do need to sort of adapt and move back into what I want to say yesterday, they were doing yesterday, where they were actually prioritizing placement. What I did like from them on this map particularly, they did get into that place, rotation a lot earlier than they traditionally do, but it felt incredibly short because they are tunnel visioning on trying to get those eliminations. So it's like it's a hit and miss for Furia, but like once they get that ball rolling with the limbs, they're making the plays.
Yeah,
they want those positions, but if they're standing still, getting caught out, they just pull their pants down.
Well, if they want to be challenging for that first place, you don't want to be caught with your pants down. You don't want to be caught doing those drive-bys that you've been doing, Furia. You want to see what you were able to do earlier in the day as well, which was getting those chicken dinners. But I want to take a look at the overall, because right now I want to see what the standings are going to be looking like. As we head into the final game, after this game, we will set the threshold for that Smash roll. Right now, Aurora Gaming with 104 points, E-Arena 98, S2G with those 95.
If we bring in the Smash rule into it, and we look at previous times, this is so doable for a lot of teams. Usually we see such a tremendous gap, and then it's going to be tomorrow, every team just trying to catch up. The top team, I just got to get 10 points and win this thing. But this is actually incredibly close when we bring into that format and that rule that it still can be doable all the way down to 8th.
Ooh, all the way down to 8th. Okay,
Yeah.
You're a believer. I like the belief that you're currently showing, because for 4 Thrives esports fans, they're looking to see some kind of bounce back here. Yes, we have seen flashes of greatness, but right now, in the position that there are, 30 points away, not what this team wants to be, considering that they are the reigning champions of PMGO Season 1.
I mean, I believe in them enough to think that if they have a good game in this final match of today, they still have a shot tomorrow. But it's looking worse and worse for them.
Yeah.
So it is. I think it really does come down to this final match. If they can get a 15-20 point game out of this last Miramar, then they should be okay.
I'm going to have to say for Four Thrives, they're looking like Day 2 of finals of PMGO Season 1.
No.
They're looking very... I'm not even... They're consistently not getting points, if I had to be brutally honest. So, not loving what's happening. Very indecisive, which is the biggest issue of Four Thrives is themselves, right? Their mindset, hesitant, not trusting themselves. The second page, one team I want to highlight that we barely talked about throughout the entirety of these finals, guys. Horror Esports, really not being brought up in the conversation very often. And I know we have a lot of Horror fans right behind us, right? And they're supporting them, but really there's no reason to cheer for them because they've been pretty much non-existent these finals.
I don't know what to say, you know, because we saw them have some pretty good runs yesterday. Started today, they were also looking fairly strong. They had a couple of top 5 finishes, if I'm not mistaken. But now we're starting to see this team do not a whole lot of anything. And I don't know if that's because the teams around them are starting to really pick apart some of these slower paced teams. I really do believe that the teams at the top of the leaderboard are much faster, much snappier. I use that word a lot, but it's the correct word. It's really descriptive for what we're seeing here is these teams are always on the mark, always going forward, always making a move at the right time. And the teams on the second half of the leaderboard, Horror included, I just think they're acting a little bit slow. They're making those decisions a little further behind than all the rest of them, and they're getting left behind in the zone.
At the beginning of the day, though, we saw Horror being aggressive. We saw them just going for those fights too. But right now, that might be what's hurting them.
I mean, actually, yeah, Horror had one good game earlier today, right? It was a podium. But the reason why I'm not super impressed, right, is that was literally right next to where they usually dropped. They didn't drop there that game on La Cobreria. But it is, I call it Horror Mountain. And they didn't do anything off the back of that, Lace. So I'm really hoping we see something on a circle that they're not used to playing, because right now it's been a nothing tournament for them.
I even backed that up and I was like, oh, they've got that placement, they've got this mountain, it's easy win. Obviously, Fumo took that win in that moment. But look, yeah, it's strange and I guess confusing because they're not doing anything remotely terrible in these final matches that should be putting them here. It's more or less like you're saying that all these other teams are just, we're calculating that. Yep. We're going to do a little bit better. So it's like they could have one game to pick this up, though. I do believe, obviously, it's their last game today, guys. I keep thinking in the future, though, I'm like, yeah, good games tomorrow, but there is still that opportunity. Like I'm saying, this leaderboard is so close that these major games can turn it around. We've seen it. Aurora did it. Now they're on top. You know, it's truly possible.
If there was any other team right now in first place, I'd be like, yeah, there's a high chance that we'll play those 6 matches. But right now, with Aurora being in first place, we know what they've been capable of. They've been looking great, honestly. It's a team that's been looking really good, really consistent here in this PMWC at EWC 26, and they're looking to take that trophy home because that's what Top's missing. That's what Doc's missing. Sheol already has one global championship, and Refits, he wants to win that MVP and also get that trophy home. But let's send it over to Barney, which I don't even know where he's at. Where is that? Barney over there?
That is Barney over there. Ladies and gentlemen, talk to me. Okay, listen up. So now, today has been a true test of focus and endurance for all of our players. They've left it all on the Gadir City grid, but we want more. We're 7 maps deep right now in day 2, and we've got 1 more map to go. And so, earlier on today, we checked in with the fans to see how everyone was feeling, but we want to do that one more time to get everyone energized on the Gadir City grid before our final map of day 2. And so, I'm going to send it over to Luti. Who you got over there, buddy?
Oh yeah, Bonnie, I am here with my vitality suits because we are French and we never surrender. We are believers. So ready, guys? Make some noise!
Final match, guys. Let's go.
Let's see how it's going. Hojux, up to you.
I know who's hype after that one, baby! Godlike with the 20 points! The domination starts now! So let's make some noise! Oh, let's go! Yeah!
You can see the excitement from all the fans.
चलो फाइनल मैच भाई एक और चिकन आ जाओ.
Different representations of our organizations that are bringing the heat here in Paris. But you know what, France? Together, I'm sure we can blow the roof off this building. Let's hear it one last time. Let's absolutely go ballistic. Let's
game of the day. Let's get into it. Miramar on the cards. We're going to set our smash ruling going forward right now. Teams looking very, very good. EDA getting deeper and deeper into these matches. They're looking energized and good to go. Godlike also with a 20-point side last game. I think that's just the beginning of something great to come here on Miramar. Smash ruling will be in effect from tomorrow, but this is where we lay down that line in the sand, the literal sand here on Miramar. Teams looking very contemplative, where they want to hit up, where they want to go next. Got Milu back in the game for his last ride here on Miramar before we get into tomorrow. Good to see him back again, though. Hopefully having a little bit longer in this game, Jackie.
Hey, you'd hope so, man. It's good to have him back. Incredible talent, unbelievable mechanics. And this could be the reset, right? Little bit more time, he's back in. He's got his fingers on the sticks once
Last
more.
game by Day-2
once again. And if there was a chance for Tiamba to start to assert some of that dominance that we know they're very capable of, hey man, go big last game.
Okay, body का कितना है भाई?
Start to rise up the rankings a little bit.
37.
In a nice position to try and lead from
30 points चाहिए.
It could still very much happen.
Southern side playing path, a little bit difficult to deal with. Some of these teams getting up towards that northern edge, at least on that eastern side, but WATCHPARTY Impala very much in play there. Good to go.
S2G take player है.
Chimasera open.
Igarina के है.
Aurora getting out nice and early around that position. Top with the 4,970 damage, but Aaron and Scarface still doing an incredible amount of work here, despite where right now Ulf is on the rankings. That last match just generally wasn't that bad either. I mean, 81 points now. They're getting closer and closer to the top of the tables. Aurora wants to pull out something very, very special on this match, though. Remember, we want to set that line higher than anyone else by a fair margin to make tomorrow's Rondo a little bit more sweaty, right? Because I think Rondo, you can earn a lot of points on that map. You can earn a lot of points on that map, and it can get you far towards that smash ruling or even beyond it.
Yeah. No, it's true. We've had some incredible games of Rondo here at PMWC as well at EWC 26. So if it's anything like the beginnings we had, namely, it's fitting we get E-Arena on screen, right? Record-breaking game, some big moves. The stadium finish.
See that?
Oh, no, bro. They're styling already.
They jumped off the top of the building straight to the back of the bank. Okay. Love to see it.
You do. But yeah, you're right. I think we'd love to see some of that level of, you know, sheer world-class gameplay, sort of championship mentality happening right then as we get into tomorrow for that first game to give you that leapfrog, that setup. We'll find out how it goes. For those of you at home as well, don't forget to participate in the event yourself with the lucky spin and draw to get some of those beautiful skins to commemorate what has been a very wonderful year here at PMWC. It feels like a rising tide has brought all ships up, Blank. The skill level, some of the plays we've seen, the 1v4s that it feels like this year we've had drastically many compared to what we'd had in prior years. It's been a lot of showmanship, a lot of excitement. And Paris has been killing it as well. So it's been super exciting. But hey, we'll dial in. We'll stick with the program for now, see what we get. If this will be a present of a final game between these sides and who's going to benefit most.
We have had a lot of rising stars as well. I mean, it's quite cool to see. 'Cause, I mean, you mentioned the 1v4s. It's been a while since we've really had that presence from singular players in a big way. As we move further over towards being like, the 4-man teams have to all be consistently good together. We need 4 players that can play together very, very cohesively, but also have that star power in them. Now we're going further beyond than that, right? We're going towards galactic level gamers, likes of Milu, Kamikaze. It's awesome to see. It really, really is.
Feels like we're getting some of those superstar players where, like you say, man,
superstars.
It could make the difference, right?
Bigger than just the normal.
Exactly. Larger in stature.
Top 10 या top 8 या top 6.
I suppose that's true in Milu's case, right? He does just seem to absorb everyone in the lobby.
Top 5.
Near him.
Yep.
You're gone.
कल भी 6 मैच आई थिंक टॉप 10 ही खेलेंगे मेरे ख्याल से. फर्स्ट टीम आज एलिमिनेट हो गया थी 5 या 6 टीम. टॉप 10 में गॉडलाइक तो आ सकती है ब्रो.
Moving in
मेरे ख्याल से.
Sarah early on. Got Picardo positions around there. Some
Top
trash
5
drops,
अगर खेलेगी
some
तब तो
compounds in
भाई
play. Like, it's
मुश्किल
a
है
very
थोड़ा.
compound heavy area of the
अभी भी.
map to start things off, like individual areas, not POIs.
तो एलिमिनेशन निकालने पड़ेंगे इस मैच में भी बहुत. एलिमिनेशन प्लस भुइया. Sorry, भुइया में बोल रहा हूँ चिकन. यार भुइया मुंह में आया.
Southern plane path dropping down towards Partona. Tizzy's already moved across though, giving an anchor point for the rest of the team to move in towards. Still far down towards the south of the map, but at least gathering some information early whilst he loots up the couple of buildings. They used to be very much like RRQ stomping grounds back in the day. Way back in 2021, 2022. We're going back there.
Kicking it old school. We're rolling back the years with some of the plays we've seen. In some ways, it's felt like that has been the case, right? Kind of a weird dynamic of the old and the new coming together to make something very tasty with the maneuvers we've seen.
Young player cycle चला रहा है.
Back rotate, shout out. Man's getting
और अच्छी स्पीड चल रही है साइकिल में.
His legs will be aching.
Oh, nice.
The one neuron for both of us engaged at the same time. That's unreal.
Oh dear me. Well, okay, he's going to move on over towards Milu.
Acting, I imagine. Yeah, acting.
Does have a vehicle. Don't abandon him. Come on. You make him go further. It's so rude.
His fires are going to be burning.
No, Milu's got bigger and better things to be moving on to right now. Can't be dealing with you on your bike. Heads over towards Eagle. This is over towards east side of Impala right now. We do have OG actually rotating very closely at the moment. I think that's just a couple of players there, though. It's our route. See a tanky over towards Graveyard right now. So quite a wide split as Godlike just slices down the center of them through Labandita. So they are cut off from one another for quite a little while here. It'll be quite a slow start because, again, this is always funny. I mean, for end of game circle, end of day circle, this is really cash. This is super casual. Nothing super scary to worry about. We're not down towards that southeast side where we're playing uphill the entire time, up towards the plateau by the hay bales. It's just back to normality, which I bet a lot of players are quite fond of. It's going to make a lot of the early game a little bit more slow, a little bit more simple in your rotates. A lot of your daisy chains are going to be easy too.
Very cash money for these teams indeed right now.
Casual. Okay.
Could be both, mate. Casual cash money.
Yeah, casual cash money. At the end of the day, you know, you get yourself up towards that top side, potentially secure yourself.
Yeah,
huge point
cash
leads.
money.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, lion's share of $3 million here on the line it is insane. I mean, it's life-changing money.
Oh yeah. You got the bread with the cheddar in the middle, called out a money sandwich. That's what they're all fighting over. Because it is ridiculous, man. You'd be doing wonders for your fans, for your organization.
Even just your family, really. It's an incredible thing to win. I mean, Yangon Galacticos, super cool following their journey. Since their win last year, I mean, they've been very much celebrated. You love to see it, and all the guys just seem so happy coming into this, and lovely to see them repping the Ancient Charm set as well. They've got their own skin in game. Wonderful experience here over at PMWC every single time, year to year. Fourth try is very central on this one though. Just over the western side of Picardo, moved out there nice and early, but we are hitting our next circle shift, the largest one here of Miramar.
अभी तक तो कोई एलिमिनेट नहीं हुई है. अब सर्कल छोटा होगा.
I kind of already know it.
Oh.
Okay, good. I'm glad. I don't want to go there. I always find those circles
Or
really
like
cool. Instead we're heading over towards Power Grid. Enigma Galaxy kind of engrossed right now.
OG तो जोन में है. OG जोन के बाहर है. OG को तो आना पड़ेगा.
As well as Quick a little bit slower to the plate right now as R3B and Claws get very much in the mix with them.
जब फाइट चालू होगी, वो NGX प्लस ULA के बीच में फाइट हो सकती है.
Begging for an angle. Hey, Lord though, up to his old tricks.
S2G Arena.
Loves the risky peaks from all the way at the top side there. pretty effective from that position. We'll see if he gets any chances to shine. S2G and E-Arena near each other as well on the drive up. Oh, hello, Darkin with a Mini 14. That's a connection over onto Falak.
Yeah, Falak going down there. Bad news there for Thrives. He's really the front man of the team. Brings a lot of confidence to the rest of the squad when he's still in play. Should be able to get the res on this one. That it was from Ida, I believe, and they are in front of them. So this is more a case of a step back type of deal rather than the full-on commit. But both Turkish teams, you got S2G and Ulf making a pretty big send here.
But enough plus you are the division
they want to go a little bit further in this match. As before, 81 points, but they are taking big tags right now, going very low. Just about stay alive in this one. Wonder if that was from S2G. There's some serious rivalry between those two teams as well. I love it. I do love it.
Feels like even over the course of this one event, we've had so many narratives of like little rivalries that have been popping up. And it's given us a lot of excitement. It's made some of the fights pretty intense, not only in the actual battleground, but for the reverberations it has between the two orgs that are going head to head. Left a lot of room for some cool stories to appear. Aurora on the move here. Bumping around, doing the suspension in, but they won't care.
Always switch vehicles if you need to. I thought it was quite interesting for Aurora because starting Chumacera, I think it's quite a straight shot up towards that north side, but they were a little bit slower to circle, so maybe playing a little bit more comfortable on the edge here, or they just wanted to get as looted as possible, understanding that there is quite a lot of dead space in this zone. And they wanted to know that when it comes down to it, they have the utility, they've got the resources and supplies to make it through to the end, and they weren't going to be mega late by any means because they were starting in Chumacera. Enigma Galaxy do finally find that angle. Saw them earlier all lining up to take those shots. Zalula will get one dropped. No flush just yet though. Yeah, this is a difficult one. We do move over towards that northwest side. We've got the field in play. We've got the almost Death Valley that sits between Monte Nuevo moving up. Furia actually has a good spot here. I think Ayala already picked up a nice compound, and likely the rest of the team will be flitting back over towards him. Oh no, they're greeting it. They're going doubles.
The ULA का एक player मरा है by the way.
Trying to make a quick getaway, with Lord taking a couple shots towards the back of the vehicle there. A few stray bullets to connect, but he's still on the move, so won't be dropped out of the car by Hora. And they're just going to keep forging a path forwards. Amidst all this, you also have OG, that's Orangutan, getting lit up with the crosshairs of Ida being able to spot them out and somewhat punish them, keeping them outside of the zone on their rotation up and over, with Ulf close by as well.
Furia right now, they're playing a 2-2 split. Yeah, I mean, they've got compound that sits over towards the western side and then one that sits a little bit further east. They do have a lot of confirmation. I wonder if they're doing this just because they knew the playing path went from west to east, so a lot of players dropped out on that eastern side because there's more playable space over there in the first place. So they're assuming that there is going to be a big traffic jam on that eastern side, so they can afford to go for a 2-2 split right now. I would expect them to regroup on the next one, but it does give them opportunities and options going forward. And no one's challenged them. I thought S2G might try and plummet down there, but they've stopped short over towards some of the rockier areas of the map where they can settle in. Arudo finding good damage over towards Aurora, our current lobby leaders. And one's already down. Doc's very low. Nade goes long. It's quite good. I thought it was going to roll over the top there.
Okay.
Oh dear me. Those taps were deadly accurate too.
VIT ने down किया है.
Yeah, punishing quick jabs to the ribs there.
VIT OG दो टीम है बताओ. Obviously OG अब अटैक करने ही जाएगी अंतिम मैच में. और क्लियर भी किया गया है. ओके 2 3. भाई ओजी ने अरोरा के सारे प्लेयर को एलिमिनेट किया। ओजी
104 points is where their day of big earners ends.
I love that from Orangutan, honestly. There's been so many times where
Aurora
they
की team
have had
eliminate हो गई,
struggles
but Aurora
on these
top पे, वो तो
worlds
qualify
where
है।
they just roll through and try and get the drive-bys. There they just stop short. AKO
ओजी ने 4 एलिमिनेशन निकाल लिए, यही पहले करना था, यही अटैक करके पहले खेलना था। अभी देखो अंतिम मैच में 1 नंबर की टीम को भी ओजी ने आराम से मार दिया। यही चीज पहले करना था, शुरू से अटैकिंग करना। ओह सर्किल बहुत छोटा हो गया, तो आप फाइट होगी भाई लोग।
No one's really safe. I think Ulf is
VIT और 40 के बीच में फाइट होने वाली है।
Eastern edge, Tiamba sending it directly over towards STG. This is a hell of a
deflex था।
nice shot from Razy though.
लेकिन एक नॉक दूसरे फिर नॉक होगा।
T24 will shut him down.
तो डाउन है, यहाँ पे रिवाइव किया जाएगा। VIT के अभी एक ही प्लेयर बचे हैं भाई तब। ओके नो प्रॉब्लम। के गॉडलाइक के भी एक प्लेयर मर चुके हैं।
They're going to crumble under it, so 4 frags keep on
तो Vitality भी एलिमिनेट हो गई है। चलो
S2G were clashing against Tiamba and the nade has knocked another man, leaving them with only a solo right now that's alive and kicking.
गॉडलाइक किधर है? दिख नहीं रही है।
I mean, Ulf quickly
एक
moved
प्लेयर हालांकि गॉडलाइक का भी
they
गया
heard
है।
the fighting, they realized that there was an
इतनी
opportunity
जल्दी
to
नहीं
open
जाना
up some
चाहिए।
space in the circle on the eastern side. They left behind that fight between 4 Thrives, hearing it go on for quite a while, and they're going to be coming in late after this. OG even setting up in front of them, dropping down the barbed wire there for them to wander straight into.
ओके S2G पे हम लोग रहा है,
making them move outwards.
और ट्रैप ने हालांकि 3 एलिमिनेशन निकाल ली, ओजी ने 5 एलिमिनेशन निकाले हैं। I think top 10 आना मेरे ख्याल से ओजी भी आ सकती है इसमें तो।
Arena took the eastern compound after that shift, and Furia regrouped over towards the western side. So happened as expected, but Furia does get the better off angle.
भाई ओजी एलिमिनेशन निकाल रही है ब्रो, 5 एलिमिनेशन निकाल ली ओजी। 4 थे अभी तो और निकाले।
Either as well. With Emre there getting line of sight back over, it's IQ that suffers from this one.
Damn.
अच्छा ये 4 ट्रैक्स बाद में एलिमिनेट हो गई है।
Yeah, bro. Either start it off or finish it. So 4 Thrives removed from the equation here. 7th place, 77 points at the end of the day for them. OG were close by to all this as well. They pulled back when they saw weakened 4 Thrives, didn't overcommit, but they're still amongst basically a bit of a rough sandwich with Ulf and Ida potentially pushing down. Jiggle eaten by the blue as well on Hora's late rotate. That's not ideal.
What's happened there then?
I don't know, but
भाई अरीना फिर देखो क्या मस्त जगह पे है।
They love that position, but
पोजीशन पॉइंट मस्त पकड़ लिया अरीना एक बार फिर से। यहाँ से एलिमिनेशन भी निकाल सकती है, प्लेसमेंट पॉइंट भी निकाल
Hora's
सकती
going to move down, try and swing over towards OG. And CG, what a shot over towards.
ओके ओजी के एक प्लेयर को डाउन किया गया होरा की तरफ से।
Sleepy will find OG on
Hoरा
that.
की तरफ से
Might want to push a little bit further in, clear out even more space.
Zone काट रहा है जब होरा को।
AKOP just trying to swing.
ओके ओजी के एक और प्लेयर को डाउन किया गया।
Shut down for that. That was a bold maneuver.
ओह अब अटैक कर दिया गया।
Player alive is Aru and he is down and out.
ओजी एलिमिनेट हो गई, कोई ना।
2 very quick pumps there from the shotty in their face, and that's going to finish them. Looked a little bit scary from Sky when he was left behind, but the off-angle peak did wonders. Hamzig's still going, by the way.
The Garant going crazy.
Mate, Sniper with a hell of a scope right now.
Yeah. That is great stuff. Great stuff. Not what you expect to see on the last game of the day. Circle centers directly. A very, very kind circle. But it's all this.
ओके गॉडलाइक के प्लेयर उधर रहती, एक ड्रॉप है तो जोन से आ रहे, चलो ठीक है।
S2G mostly having control over it. They even have Kamikaze down towards that south side, providing another point for them to move over towards. Aura looking over towards Ida right now, and Ulf still being those gatekeepers
क्योंकि होरा वगैरह
on the eastern edge.
हालांकि होरा भी नीचे है मेरे, लेकिन 3 एलिमिनेशन निकाल चुका।
You've basically had this blockade slowly shuffling further back from Aura. They pushed in, deal with OG, set the focus up onto Ida. They've got a bit of a read as well where the other potential teams are. Just throw nades over, especially with the visual contact there. A few shots back onto them from Ulf. They've got a bit of a ridge to play off, so they can sort of hunker in. Solus is on the off angle towards the left-hand side. This is his POV here. You can still paranoid though. Compound behind them, that's got E-Arena in it.
Barking.
एक प्लेयर में तो मैं गॉडलाइक का एलिमिनेट हुआ, वो नहीं होनी चाहिए फिलहाल अभी तो अंत में काम है
71 points.
अगर टीम पे लिमिट हो गई
taken over there by Fury because I think they've got quite a good spot going forward on this.
Okay, और आगे by the way player को डाउन किया गया.
And Ketch will pick up the elimination. So Ulf still putting up points this game, up to 5 so far, but they are down to 3 players after an early knock and flush over towards Solus. They're making the most of it on this eastern side. I like to see it.
The arena. That's a nice readjustment there. Solus being hard confirmed, but that's stolen away by Hora that finally feel confident to push up into the face whilst E-Arena dispatch alone. Shutting them down now. Reaggression, no fear, holds the line, puts shots on target. Ida getting involved as well. So all fragmented. Might very well be where they end this one with only a single reserve left. Mormon coming up quick. E-Arena, mate, they're in a good position. If they can pull points out of this game and stay alive, clean up on this battlefield ahead of them, it could be a gigantic slingshot to overtake Aurora.
Yeah, set themselves up nicely for tomorrow. Mormon dropping smokes, trying to create a distraction in the front lines. Emre takes a E-Arena have been quick with it so far. Mormon being a massively big player for the team. What a nade over the top. That is a long toss on that one. Sends another for the airburst. It's a little bit of damage in. Swing gets hit hard, and E-Arena is bombarding the front lines.
It's Masher from Swag. Sleepy just trying to steal points where possible, and this is now the response play.
It's a backstab right now, actually. Oh my goodness me. And they do catch E-Arena sleeping. Nade goes out, Sleepy very low, one last nade in the chamber, goes too far. Airburst might have been needed to be a little bit cleaner on that one, but Schweppes not quite out.
भाई और एलिमिनेट हो गया अरीना भाई गजब खेल रही है हालांकि अरीना ऑलरेडी टॉप 2 में है ना टॉप 1 में ही थी टॉप 2 में अभी है फिर से टॉप 1 में चल जाएगी 5 elimination निकाल ली already.
Feed as well with NigmaGalaxy similarly taking the hits over towards Godlike and Furia have
Godlike एक player down है by the way. NGX Godlike
putting the pedal down to the metal with S-Power gone. Goodbye Godlike, but now they've got another team to worry about. This is the fight established by Furia.
इससे बेहतर भाई किल निकाल देते हैं elimination.
Sent over the top right now, looking for NigmaGalaxy.
Defensive हो गई थी फिर.
And stitch them up on this side of the map at the moment. Good push out from Fury as well. Love to see it. They knew that they cleared the majority of the space. They get rid of NigmaGalaxy. They're playing essentially straight in towards that eastern side. No worries to the 180 behind them. NigmaGalaxy though quick, a very, very quick rotate out, understanding that it's better to regroup on that location on that north side with cover before they make their next maneuver. They might actually just have to make a full send, full rotate towards the eastern side despite not knowing what's there, because both S2G and Fury is going to have nasty sightlines over towards if they try and play in from that northern edge.
Non-ship being able to hit perfectly up against Flash, resulting in only Tops barely limping away there. Got back behind the vehicle and pieced out in the driving seat. They've got that 2-2 split with focus still turned onto Rita. It's the angle of Coops in play right here though. Close quarters connection, spamming with the SMG in the face. Yasser trapped, no escape plan there, and Alula fall off the back of it. Amidst this, we also wave bye-bye to Ida as the last man is dispatched. E-Arena taking shots over towards the setup from NigmaGalaxy. Hamzig looking so damn sick with this snipe. Ready for a little bit more. You peek out and your block could be knocked off.
CG, you still got the Garan as well. It's very, very cool. Playing to the end here. Hamzy G looking good so far on the long-range peaks. NigmaGalaxy opt not to go for that swing over towards the eastern side. I do feel like this is a bit of a death sentence for them though. I'm not sure how they're going to extricate themselves from this. S2G looking for another chicken dinner here though. They have been so consistent with it. They have been so bold in these games and really taking advantage of that fact. And Fury is struggling to make their way out from this western side. Pushing into open ground. Lord explodes one vehicle. In comes the rest, and Schweppes is setting up for the big spray.
Schweppes could steal so much from this. The eye in the sky taking pot shots.
Fury
Weakest.
down kiya gaya, Fury.
Detonating all around as silence finally falls over Furia with him being dropped. Ayala cooking the last nade back, dashes it into Nigma.
Doesn't go far enough though. The grass kind of obscuring his vision just a little bit. Still over towards the edge, assuming they're going to jump out towards the side as the nade comes in, but both baits unsuccessful. Switching out the JS9. Need that long range to feel fine versus Furia. Ayala sits on the other side. Blue's going to be a bit of a nightmare here. Chief just stayed behind. We got the night cam on board. Not the best time for him either. Watching his team in a real sticky scenario. Like you said though, E-Arena looking to put up more points, but it's Nongshim Red Force actually who might have a good chance here to really set themselves up the rankings. It'd be great to see those rankings, so we can set up for tomorrow of where that smash ruling placement would be.
For Nongshim, you're spot on though. They do thrive in these kind of situations, so let's see if the teams forget about them and they can step back up. Here you go, this is the lay of the land as well, what we wanted to see. E-Arena on top right now. They've just lapped Aurora. 105 points with a 7 elimination game and showing no signs of running out of fuel just yet. They've been keeping the intense action on. Tops was the last man from Flash. He had to hightail it, went fought from Nongshim a few moments ago, and he's still running away. Looking for a setup center zone to stay alive for a little bit longer, but might be food fed over to S2G.
Pops goes, MCG, man, what is this? This is actually insane behavior. But he's making it work. Bayonet on the front, and he is slicing and dicing through the opposition. Pure stabs to the enemy teams. Lobby getting
NS का लग रहा है अच्छी होने वाला है चिकन डिनर NS का चिकन डिनर लग रहा है मेरे को तो अरीना भी कर सकती है वैसे अरीना इसको जी चांस तो सबके NS का थोड़ा ज़्यादा लग रहा है 4 प्लेयर है
Shot after shot, the bolt action sending reverberations through the lobby, but now they're going to try.
अब क्या NS थर्ड पार्टी करेगी या सीधा रश करेगी?
Non-shit. Put the pedal to the metal, they can't be close, the nade blows the car away, Hyunbin buckles under the pressure as So Easy hits the deck, Kamikaze, 3 nades in the back pocket,
S2G के भी एक प्लेयर डाउन है, NS के भी डाउन है.
the difference, that's the reply back, So Easy trying to keep himself alive in the midst of all this, we say bye-bye to Furia, and Kamikaze knows that E-Arena are collapsing as well, Nongshim up close, good play done,
S2G के एक ही प्लेयर है वैसे.
silences S2G.
S2G खत्म. NS versus Arena भाई तो Arena भाई एडवांटेज है. हालांकि NS के 4 प्लेयर अभी भी रिवाइव हो जाएगा.
And will eclipse out the rest of S2G, so no more chickens for you.
रिवाइव हो पाएगा ना?
2 top teams remaining here, face to face. Nongshim Red
Force Arena का भाई फाइट पॉइंट बहुत खतरनाक है. NS का भी खतरनाक है वैसे. Aurora को ये नाक में दम कर रखी है.
This is 4 on the cars. There's shots coming through from Mormon. We know how sick this guy has been so far. XZY looking to finish things off. Go by his ABCs. Keep this simple. Keep it calm.
But is school in session though? Can E-Arena teach Nongshim Red Force a lesson on this one? If they can find a knock, find a pick, they could collapse off the back of it, and we know they've been so damn good in thriving in the chaos today. That could be their outlier, that could be their way to close this with a huge game. Not only take first place, but absolutely skyrocket up to a nice point barrier going into the smash rule tomorrow. A lot riding on this for either team. And like you touched on, that one bit of benefit is the manpower advantage for Nongshim. They can play off each other in a slower approach.
E-Arena still have vehicles in play, but Nongshim Red Force, they're on foot right now. Feel the sand between the toes, but it looks rougher right now for E-Arena. Smoke's been sent out, and a big old lineup here from Nongshim Red Force. Still using Tizzy as well as Hyunbin, playing off one another on this little ridge line. Buggy towards the center. Joker pulls out the initial nade. Wait for an opportunity to use it. So easy. Masked by the smoke, gets up towards the hard cover first. Hyunbin, always the first to charge. Crowbar in hand.
Can he smash his way through the defense? No! Mormon asking them to feed him more as he just wants opportunities to show out. Nongshim lose their edge down to a 3v3 and the nades keep landing on top of their heads so easy. On the rack back around, he's going for the off-angle adjustment. Hyunbin crawling in to try and be saved. XZY committing to the medic play, but Schweppes an off-angle reposition. The nade barely bounces over. Chip damage done.
So easy behind the tree. It's back up again. E-Arena wasn't able to push forward because the backline support coming through from Nongshim Red Force. Mormon round the side. Molotov prevents the push, but so easy. Sidesteps into this one. Hot beat on the card. It's crazy.
He's firing off shots, but these aren't warnings. It's him coming in. He can do. So easy wants to live up to his name as the punishing play arrives, and it's Nongshim Red Force with the chicken dinner.
Showing some force right at the end of the day, and they do force themselves past everyone else on the leaderboard. This will be a nice points barrier going into tomorrow. Nongshim Red Force. Hyunbin has been amazing so far. That aggression that the rest of the team can follow up on is absolutely contagious. Yes, he goes down, but what a follow-up from his team today, right at these finishing moments. And a long day, to say the least.
In a moment of panic, a team that's proved that communication and teamwork has been what's put them in the conversation with championship mentality is what will get them over the line. They dig their heels in deep, they play off each other, save their mate, and then show us that aggression that we know they have inside them. Unsheath the sword blank and chop straight through E-Arena, standing strong in that gladiatorial combat for the final chicken dinner of the day.
And this was a crazy finish from So Easy. Just did not stop moving. Essentially charged over the top of that ridge side and just shut E-Arena down. What a wonderful play there to finish things off. I mean, definitely showing up Hyunbin a little bit there, I would say. And I mean, it's good to see. And I think for Hyunbin, it's almost a good thing that his aggression is contagious, because for South Korea, for a long time in the past, it used to be that they were the team that would dominate from the center, and then we slowly got more and more of these teams, these players, D+ Kia, for instance, who started to bring that aggression. And it's awesome. It is awesome. I feel like I'm getting flashbacks to that right now. I think this team has a real chance. They have been slowly but surely eking their way up the rankings, but that could be said for a lot of teams. I mean, Ulf, E-Arena, Aurora today, S2G, all looking fantastic. It's hard, man, because there were even teams from survival stage that I was sad not to see in the finals. I was sad to lose teams in the group stage, even when it was only 3 at a time. This has been such a competitive arena right now here at EWC, at PMWC. Just so cool stuff. Can't wait to see more tomorrow. And I can't wait to see how that scoreline adds up at the end of the day when we throw it back over to the desk.
You're spot on there, man. This is the sort of LAN event that goes down in the history books, not only because we'll crown another champion once again, but the fact that it feels like the skill level has risen so far across the board, teams being able to adapt and homogenize not only that slow, smart play style, but like you say, turning it on, hitting heavy, playing confident when they need to. And it's even just the sheer showmanship of some of the eliminations we've been seeing throughout the whole day, but in that very game as well. Some powerful plays.
It's still insane as well, because Nongshim Red Force, they're just coming off from PMMI winning that one. But in the meantime, we do have an interview with E-Arena with Kalaris down on the stage.
Yes, we do, and with a legend of PMWC, it's Schweppes, of course, here, 2-time champion. Let's talk to E-Arena about some of these games. First things first, off the back of this last Miramar, were you surprised by Nongshim Red Force not going around the eastern side? And talk to me about those last moments in that game, of course. Despite Nongshim Red Force getting the win, E-Arena still looks fantastic today.
อยากพูดถึงกับเกมสุดท้ายเมื่อกี้นะฮะตอนที่เราเจอกับนงชินรู้สึกประหลาดใจกับวิธีการเล่นของเขาไหมฮะที่เขาไม่ไปฝั่งอีสฮะแล้วก็วิธีการที่เขาเข้าหาทีมเราอะฮะ
ก็ปกติครับมันเป็นช็อตที่เขาต้องเล่นแบบนี้อยู่แล้วแล้วเขาก็ทำออกมาได้ดีครับส่วนเราไม่มีออปชันพอที่จะไปสู้กับเขาแล้วก็ตัวผู้เล่นน้อยกว่าด้วยก็เลยตามที่เห็น
Okay, so to be honest, I'm not surprised with how they play and how Nongshim approached to them during the last circle, during the last fight, because like they don't have any much more option left to play, and also like for E-Arena we have the disadvantage of the player number, but yeah, congratulations to them.
Absolutely. So now you're in first place. Obviously, you're going to be setting the smash points threshold going into tomorrow. E-Arena has looked brilliant throughout the day. Is there any extra added pressure? How are you feeling about going into the next day, of course, with the potential of you're even personally, becoming basically a 3-time champion on this stage?
ก็ตอนนี้นะฮะเราอยู่ที่1ของตารางแล้วนะฮะแล้วก็ด้วยกฎของ Smash Point เนี่ยในวันพรุ่งนี้เนี่ยรู้สึกว่ามันมีความกดดันอะไรบ้างไหมฮะแล้วก็รู้สึกไงบ้างครับที่ตอนนี้เนี่ยเราเหลืออีกแค่9เดียวที่เราจะได้เป็นแชมป์3 สมัยแล้วครับ
ก็ไม่รู้สึกอะไรครับแค่โฟกัสไปเกมต่อเกมไม่คาดหวังครับก็เล่นไปเรื่อยๆตามเกมตามสเต็ปไปเรื่อยๆ
So actually we got no pressure at all. We're gonna play game by game, round by round, like step by step, like, and hopefully we're gonna get like chicken dinner tomorrow. And like good luck to everyone too.
I'll finish it off with one last question. With you setting that threshold now, which team would you be most concerned about on your heels, catching you up, considering the lineup of teams that are here?
คำถามต่อไปนะฮะก็คืออยากถามว่าในตอนนี้เนี่ยเราอยู่ในฐานะที่เราเป็นอยู่หัวตารางนะฮะอยากถามว่ามีทีมไหนที่ทำให้เรารู้สึกว่าเป็นกังวลมากที่สุดไหมฮะที่แบบว่าเขาจะไล่ตามเราขึ้นมาได้ฮะ
ก็ทุกทีมเลยครับมันก็ยังมีโอกาสที่เขาจะแซงเรากลับขึ้นมาได้แต่ว่าสุดท้ายแล้วก็อยู่ที่ตัวเรา
Well, to be honest, like every single team could be like catching up to them for tomorrow. Like who know what's gonna happen? Like everyone can become the champion at this point. So hopefully, like everyone can play and perform like as best as they can.
All right, thank you very much, Fabs. Best of luck tomorrow. That does it down here on the stage. Let's head over for more PMWC.
With none other than E-Arena. But right now, we have something major going on with the club championship as Magnus Carlsen, he's been able to defend his title.
That's right. All right, let's talk about this, okay? Because it was an insane finals over in chess. It means a lot, too, for the club championship side of things. Magnus Carlsen, back-to-back champ, defends the title, does an absolutely fantastic job, too, does not drop a game in the process. Yeah, I mean, honestly, insane work out of Magnus Carlsen. But it's also the story of Denis Lazovic, right? Because second place finish for AGAL not only was massive for the club, but massive for GM Denis as an individual. Magnus was saying that he's really looking to have someone that can kind of be his set rivalry. He wants a rival to look forward to going up against every single tournament. The question is the new up-and-comer, the 19-year-old GM Denis, gonna be that person?
Is he going to be? I mean, he did end up getting 2-0. We'll see what's going to be happening later on in upcoming years. But in regards to right now, their rankings, AGL being able to secure that second place does put them up in the rankings.
It does. I mean, so that now puts them 500 points above Falcons after Falcons got the third place amount of points in chess. See that reflected here. Team Falcons still in second. However, that's now all the points AGAL can get this championship weekend. Falcons, though...
चलो गाइस बाय बाय चलते हैं चलो बाय बाय चलते हैं गाइस मैच का हो गया मैच खत्म हो गया भाई लोग चलते हैं चलो लेट्स गो बाय बाय लोग मिलते हैं कल विद अदर स्ट्रीम बाय बाय गाइस बाय बाय टाटा